WaterCooler.
Ba-ba-ba-down.
WaterCooler. WaterCooler.
Wow. Hey, welcome to WaterCooler. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. You know how the show goes. Chris Locks, I'm on a kick it with my Corolla Digital Buds Philly style. With me today, all the way in North Hollywood, CA, it's Mike Dawson.
Hey, what's up, dude? How is everybody?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Doing okay. A little disturbed about the developments in the Middle East, but otherwise I'm okay.
Well, yeah, of course. We all are. But yeah, it's hopefully...
That was a line from the movie Breaking Away.
It was? I didn't realize that.
Yes. And
it just sounded like something that people have been saying lately.
I've been saying it my entire life because it's just a funny fucking delivered line. I think it's Daniel Stern who delivers that line.
Owner of the
and now for the first time ever, it actually means something.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. I know. And yeah, finally your classic Breaking Away reference that you hit all the time.
Yeah, right.
Finally works. All right, all the way in Long Beach, California, we got Kaylin Bean.
What's going on?
Hi, Kaylin.
Hi, Chris.
And I love how Kaylin's intro is always just a question. She fires a question back, which was like a thing back in the day, right? Or it still even is, that you should always just answer a question with a question as some sort of way to deflect or maybe show intelligence or have the upper hand in some sort of way.
Or according to 40-Year-Old Virgin, to flirt with somebody. That's a great scene where he just tells him to respond.
Is that what
to the
you're
question.
doing? Is that what you're
That's
doing?
not what I'm not doing. So there you go.
Oh, he didn't respond to the question, so I don't know. All right, and then all the way in Orange County, California, we got Gary Smith.
What's up?
Hey, Gary. And then all the way in
to
Austin,
Memphis.
Texas.
You know that Martha Hoople song, right?
Is that another Breaking Away reference? You got to quit with those, man.
It's a Martha Hoople song. You were
always
about to sing all the way to Memphis. The way from Memphis.
If Dawson quotes Daniel Stern like 4 more times, then that's his daily quota.
I just want to interrupt Matt. Go ahead.
All right. Well, all the way in Austin, Texas, you can still do it. It's Mr. Matt Fondelier.
Hey, bicycle riders. That's also a reference to Breaking Away. It's a direct quote.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
Way to stick on that.
People don't know that, but right before the race starts at the end, that's what the announcer says.
Yeah.
Hey, bicycle riders.
Yeah. Hey, bicycle riders.
Yep.
And then they ride bikes.
I like Dawson's because at least it was Daniel Stern. I love me some Dan. I grew up with Daniel Stern. He was Caitlin, what's your favorite Daniel Stern role?
I don't know who Daniel Stern is.
Oh, yes.
You do know
Jesus
he is.
Christ.
He's
a
in
wet
that
bandit
movie that I've never seen called Home Alone.
He was.
He's the other one. Yeah, okay.
The other one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not Joe Pesci.
Rookie of the Year. He was the pitching coach, bushwhacked.
Right. I was just going to say bushwhacked.
I think
Chris.
He was the voice of Kevin in the Wonder Years, like the internal monologue.
Another thing I haven't seen.
Oh. He was also in City Slickers.
He was.
Yeah,
City Slickers,
I have not seen
right.
that.
And City Slickers 2. The Legend of Curly's Gold.
Too. That's right.
Of course.
That's
I'm surprised Dawson didn't say that one first. But yeah.
Well, I mean, as a sequel, of course, it was by far superior. Not.
I love me some Daniel.
I just told a not joke.
It's got to be the peak has to be Rookie of the Year because he not only plays the pitching coach, but he directs that movie.
He directed Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he had a bigger
I didn't know
role,
that off
too.
the dome, by the way. I'm looking it up, but like, yeah, he directed it.
Jeez, I thought that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. He needs to rep that a little harder.
He kind of played a loser in Breaking Away.
Yeah, he played a winner in Rookie of the Year. No, he didn't.
He did. No, he absolutely did. He played the coach that got that pitcher to his potential, and they won, goddammit.
Yeah. I cannot look at the divider in hotel rooms.
That's PDS.
The door that splits 2 hotel rooms together without thinking about Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, him getting trapped in there.
Yeah, him exactly. Gary just did it, by the way, visually. Yeah, it is a total nightmare just being trapped. It's impressive that you can't even be trapped. They don't make them that wide these days anyway, but it is so possible. Yeah, I don't like those doors. I don't like having those doors in my hotel room.
You will soon.
Yeah?
you'll go traveling with another family or with maybe some parents that
Keep
will
'em
be
open?
helping with your kid. You can keep them open, share the responsibility. It's
I
nice.
could walk out to the hallway and then just come into the other room. Like it
Yeah, sure. Just calmly walk out and have your toddler follow without making any decisions of their own. You just very calmly knock on the door and say, "Hello, sir. Would you like to play with my child?" Like, yeah. that's
Hello, yeah,
great.
just knock on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah.
if you request somebody to play with
Also,
your child, we must use an
with
old
all due
English
respect,
accent.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
With
Old laggy Larry over there.
why did he call
Aw.
that? It's like he knew.
He was so perfect for the 10 minutes before we started, and then 90 seconds before we started, he asked about it, and now, of course, he's cursed himself.
At least we know
Yeah.
whatever he said was with all due respect.
Was
Yeah.
so it was bound to be an insult.
Yeah, it was very, very respectful, as he's
Yeah.
literally smashing his laptop right now. Speaking of making decisions with your kids, you know, it's my kid's first Halloween this year. He's 5 months. He'll be about just right under 6 months for Halloween, and we're thinking of a costume. We have a couple that we were floating around for little Benny.
So
Yeah.
have you guys kept in mind or like thought far enough ahead to realize like you get 2 shots at this?
What do you mean?
By the 3rd year, there's going to be opinions, but the first 2, you guys just get to straight up like make this decision.
Oh, what do you mean? There's gonna be opinions?
Like you don't get to pick at 3. They
by the time
start
you get to pick.
choosing.
By the time they're 2 and a
Oh.
half or
Get to pick.
3, they've got thoughts.
There you go.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And a lot of times they can't settle on their thoughts.
Oh,
And
no,
it's getting
you
closer
get-
and closer to Halloween, and they still don't know what they want to be, which means I still can't get them anything. It's very frustrating.
I
They
don't
have
remember
30 or
feeling that
45
strongly about it that early on. I feel like I didn't have any. I personally didn't choose my costumes for many years, but yeah. So all right, so this is year 1. We get he's a blank canvas right now, and his name's Benny. We joked about doing something off his name, like he would like Benny and the Jets. We would dress him as a little mini Elton John, and then Jenny and I would be New York Jets players. Right?
They're
Not
winner.
bad.
Done.
Not
Stop
bad.
thinking about it.
I thought so too. You'd be surprised how hard it is to dress a little baby as Elton John. It's so, by the way, the guy's costumes are so
True.
crazy and detailed. It's like, which version of Elton
But-
John do we want to do?
A sign
It's
speaks
really-
a million words. You just make
It's
the
Elton John.
stroller a stage that says tonight Elton John.
Just put
Yeah.
"Hello, my name is" and just write
And not
Elton
having-
John.
not having
then
the
you're Benny and the
piano.
Jets.
Not having the piano next to him as we're walking him around. It's just
Oh, don't
it's-
pretend
You
you
get
don't
a
have, don't pretend you don't have a piano that'll link onto the side of that stroller. I've seen it in the Instagram videos. Get out of here. You're just not trying hard enough.
Well, okay, so that's still on the table, but it's not. We're not that close. So what we were thinking of doing, and Matt will appreciate this because Matt loves eggs Benedict, but eggs Benny side of bacon. He'd be the egg. Jenny and I would be the bacon.
That's pretty
Right?
good.
It's good. I think it's good.
Until you slather all of yourselves in hollandaise sauce,
Well,
and
we
then
need-
it's just weird.
Yeah.
legit.
And
It has
here's
to
the
be
thing.
legit.
Here's the thing. Eggs Benedict is served with Canadian bacon. That is
Oh, we'd be. Well, he's not. We're not actually dressing him like an actual egg Benedict.
you're soiling the dish. And there's
If
a
we-
big
you're
fan
right.
of eggs Benedict.
Too much pork.
Too much just you know.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not arguing with that. It's look,
Okay.
and then I just realized why are we really just like trapped in a corner here with trying to use a pun of his first name. But eggs Benny, we like that. So that's what it was gonna look like. You're just gonna be like an egg, and then it's eggs Benny. But then Jen saw a picture of a baby with as dressed as a chicken. A little chicken. Super cute. I saw it too. I was like, that's really cute. We could have him. She's like, yeah, it'll still be eggs Benny because you and I will dress as the eggs and he'll be the chicken. And to
Oh
which,
boy.
to
Does
which
she know that there's no chicken in an eggs
which-
Benedict?
to which I replied, well, to which I replied, we can't call it eggs Benny if we're the eggs. And then it's like that's eggs and Benny. And nobody's going to get that. She's like, everybody's going to get it. Everybody's going to get it. And we're texting this. There was a point where I'm all caps, no spaces. You gotta stop doing this. Nobody's gonna get the eggs Benny. You gotta stop. she's still convinced that Gary's sitting very far back. You know, why don't I can just read the exchange here. I think that'll.
I think that's the move. In fact, I think that's the opposite of the move.
Okay. She says. She sends me a picture of an adult costume.
If Gary slides any farther away from the microphone, he'll actually be out of the office.
Fine, it's fine.
He's leaned against the back door.
She says, "Should we be the eggs and Benny be a chicken?" And then she replied, and then the next line, "Eggs Benny." To which I said, "Yeah, but he should be an egg though, right? For it to be eggs Benny." And she says, "No, it's eggs and Benny. He can be a chicken and we can be the egg."
It's not eggs. It's not
Not
eggs.
eggs and Benny.
Producer.
Eggs and Benny is not a thing.
And then I said, "That's what I said." And then I said, "Who calls it eggs and Benny?" And then she said, then she responds, "Eggs Benny." And I said, "Look, he needs to be a chicken." Oh no! Then she says he needs to be the chicken because it's really cute. We can be eggs or farmers. And I said, "All right, I think we can be farmers, and it'll be
There you go.
farmers with a
Yeah.
little chicken." And then she
Yeah,
says,
that's
"But
good.
eggs Benny is cuter."
And you
And I
have
wrote-
all the clothes for that.
And
You
this
can
is
figure
when I
that
wrote
out pretty easily.
all caps, no spaces. But it's not eggs Benny. I'm
There's
sorry.
another level to this that I don't know if that's even appropriate to bring up. If Gary, you might want to start scooting back. But if he's the chicken and you're the eggs, then your baby made you guys. Your baby made you pop you out.
All right,
It's
Matt, you're
weird. It's
really-
just weird. It's
For a
just
guy
weird.
who loves Halloween, you sure know how to ruin Halloween. Just enjoy it.
I'm just thinking
We're not
through.
even there.
Just
We're not
thinking
even
through.
thinking like that.
You
My
have
God.
this crazy scale where Chris is sitting in the middle, hoping he doesn't die, and Matt and Jenny are on opposite sides with their crazy takes, just like shouting into the ether that people are gonna get it, and it's not weird, or it is weird, or whatever. Get out of here! You guys are killing me.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
The farmer idea is good.
that I think so too. But she says, she says you make no sense, and I said all caps. He must be the egg. And she
Jenny-
said, no, and she says he is a chicken, and I said, are you effing with me? But I typed the real F word. And then and I said, nobody calls it eggs and Benny. It's confused. It won't land, Jenny. It won't land.
I feel like you guys are effing with each other because as much as everyone knows it pains me to agree with Dawson, you should have stopped at the Elton John and the Jets.
Yeah. Just get a
What are we
big pair
doing
of
over here
glasses.
shouting about chickens?
If the lens,
And
if each lens is the size of the
there's-
baby's head, and they're Elton John glasses, and you're already 3/4 of the way there.
And as we established, you have the fucking keyboard. The
Yeah.
keyboard and the glasses, you're done.
You know, Chris, I think you should have noticed 4 texts ago that your next text would be, let's talk about it when I get home.
You're right.
Let's do this face to face.
You're right. Because I was getting heated. I was
This
really
is not working.
I was doing the all caps. And then when I wouldn't do caps, I'd end it with punctuation. I'd end it with a, when you get that text unit with that period. Oh, that's a statement. That is a statement if you end your text with a period. You guys know. I hate getting those texts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the statement
It's
is
strong. Yeah.
enjoy sleeping in bed.
So yeah, you got using actual punctuation. It's just, it's not okay. So anyway, we're still figuring it out, and I think we're getting closer. But look, time is a ticking, and then so last night our friend had a little get together, like a little dinner party, and it was like a pumpkin carving get together, and she's like bring the baby. So I get I get off work and I let Jen know because she gets off work later than me, and I just go, hey, I'm off. Like, is there something should I pick up anything for the party tonight? And she says, yeah. She's really busy at work, by the way. She does something way more important than me. So the fact that she can even fit a text message to me during this is insane. But she said, yeah, can you pick up 3 pumpkins? I said, okay.
Yeah.
So she said, pick up 3 small pumpkins. So I go, okay. I don't think I've ever really bought pumpkins before. I go to the store. There's quite a wide variety of sizes of pumpkins. So I don't know. So I'm sending her. I'm getting anxiety and almost having a panic attack. 'Cause I was like, I
Because
don't
the
know.
word small is relative,
Because they have pumpkins
especially
that are
when
like,
dealing with a gourd.
yeah, they have pumpkins that have a diameter of like 6 to 7 inches, and then other ones that have a diameter of like 1.5 feet, right? So I'm confused. So I'm just taking pictures holding the pumpkin because she can see my hand for scale.
Chris
And
for
like, which
scale.
one do we need? Which one do we need? Yeah, Chris for scale. And I remember, side note, the first time I ever went to NAMM, Dawson was really pumped on a speaker and he took a picture of it, but he's like, Chris, stand next to it so people can see how big it is. And I literally have a picture of me standing next to a speaker just so Dawson can show people how
Chris for
big the
scale.
speaker is. Yeah, so it's not the first time I've been used for scale. Yeah, so I'm buying these pumpkins. I get two like fairly like I don't know, like
Medium.
7 inches in diameter, and then a tiny one. So me, Jen, and Benny, and we go to this get together.
I need some clarity on who's getting the smallest one here.
Well, since Benny's the baby that had us as his egg,
Oh, it had to be said.
it did it.
Gary is fucking falling apart over here for the last 10
I
minutes.
would argue that I am keeping it together, sir. I have not let one joke fly.
And so we go to this pumpkin carving party, and they asked us to bring Benny. It's like, fine. We go there, and they put it on a nice spread. They have drinks. It's beautiful, but it's like a younger crowd because she also works like at this restaurant out here, and she invited all of her coworkers, and there are a lot of like young servers and bartenders, food runners, bussers, all of them. So it was like the days of yore when I used to party, and it had the inklings of a pre-rager, as like people are there drinking and hanging out, and I'm looking around. There's no other babies here but me, Jen, and our baby.
I was just gonna say, wasn't this kind of on the host for going, yeah, bring the baby?
Oh, not only bring the baby, but her parents came to meet the baby. Like she's like family, right? So she's very close to us. And
I recently, one of my very good friends was having a birthday party, and he lives in the San Fernando Valley, and it's very tough to get up there with the kids, everybody doing a whole schlep up to the San Fernando Valley from Long Beach. Luckily, we were going to a baby shower right next door, so I was like, hey,
Schedule a pond to clean.
I'm coming to your party and I'm gonna bring the kids. And he was like, don't bring the kids. This is not gonna be an environment where kids are in. And I go, well, I'm just gonna stop by then, and then I'm gonna leave right away. And that was fine. But he gave me the warning. He was like, this is not gonna be a good place for young children.
yeah. And that was kind of the vibe I got. Jen wasn't really feeling that as much because she was, by the way, Jen, I mean, she hasn't been going out very much, obviously, because we're taking care of kids. So she's really excited to see a lot of her old friends and hang with them and stuff. And then there's a bunch of people we didn't know. So we're the only ones with this baby who's now starting to this baby who's now starting to fall asleep. Like, but everybody's loving on him. He's very very cute. And now he's
a very happy kid.
Very happy. And then he oh yeah, Dawson met him the other day. So
he smiled at me.
And then he falls asleep, and now we have the sleeping child. As people are just hanging out, this party's really starting to kick off here.
Are they playing any drinking games?
No drinking games. Not yet. At least not inside.
Every time we wake up the baby, let's drink.
Yeah, that was that. It looked like it was heading that way. Like they're just gonna slide him across the table and pour stuff on him. Like it was gonna get out of hand. Like a little slip and slide action. So, so I'm trying to figure out a way to leave. We kind of just got there, but I don't want to, but we have the excuse. We have the baby. So I'm like, Jen, we should get out of here. She's like, why? It's fine. It's fine. And now I'm just in my own head because I don't want to look like a degenerate parent, right? I mean, it's not past his bedtime or anything, but it's just.
You're not the one saying let's stay and party.
Yeah, Jenny's not looking to party. She's just catching up with some friends too. So she's just holding him, and he's sleeping.
I know.
And they're but yeah, I just couldn't help but just like, oh. So now I'm having trouble keeping conversations with people because in my brain, as I'm meeting people or talking to people, I'm just like, oh, I swear I'm more responsible than this. This is super inappropriate. It turns out he was a huge hit. As I said, people came to meet him. So I told him in the industry he's what we call a draw.
Yeah,
really
he was the entertainment.
Yeah, but
unbeknownst to you.
But that happened in Santa Barbara. So Kayla and I went to Santa Barbara a couple months ago, and we end up going to this restaurant on State Street, and falls asleep, and it gets dark, and time just flew. So we're like, okay, let's walk back to the hotel. It's like a 45-minute walk back. But we're walking down State Street, and he won't let us put him in the bassinet, so we have to hold him. So we're holding this baby at night as college kids are just walking up and down State Street looking to get drunk at a bar. We're just holding a baby. Like,
Right. Got to get the fuck out of
it's
here,
so
dude. This
crazy.
is not
Like,
the place to
it
be.
is not the place. I mean, it wasn't super,
Yeah.
it just felt really bad. And just like, man,
Especially you
look like
were on
such
Lower
losers.
State, right?
Yeah, it's State
Yeah.
Street. It's like the big
Right.
party street. So yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out how to
God, you must have
So-
just felt so old.
I did. I really did.
So what did you do with the pumpkins? Did you end up carving
Oh,
them,
let
or
me
did you
tell
have
you.
to just
So
take
put
them
them on
back
the-
home with you?
Yeah,
or-
they're the right size.
Well, so we're about to start carve because we weren't even gonna carve them. We were just gonna paint them or something, or just because they
Paint
paint.
them.
She had all the stuff on the table.
Maybe the tiny one.
Yeah. So I put the 2 pumpkins and the small one right in front of me, and then Jenny's like, "Oh, I'm gonna feed Benny, and then we're gonna and then he'll probably fall asleep." So she goes and sits down somewhere quiet with a bottle, and then I go and visit them, and I come back. People took my pumpkins.
What?
Some guys I don't even
Get
know.
out.
Straight up are putting push pins and like these are my pumpkins, and I'm just like, take them. Take 'em. I'm
So
not even.
people showed up to this party without a pumpkin.
Was this a
yeah.
BYOP
Were you-
or
yeah.
were
Yeah,
they
what's
expecting
up?
it?
BYOP?
But she had a big basket of pumpkins for people who didn't bring pumpkins.
Clearly not fucking big enough. What the fuck?
Yeah, just
I would be
grab 'em and
furious.
started- You would? I
Dude,
never.
I would smash it. I would smash the pumpkin.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
grab it and smash it and be like,
Well,
And I
this is
put
why you
Smashing
don't
Pumpkins
touch
on
other
the
people's
stereo
things.
at the
Yeah.
same time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Billy Corgan's blasting through the speakers.
Yep.
I would, of course,
Yep.
wait.
There's speakers that are as tall as Chris.
Yeah, I would wait until they're
Tonight,
putting the
tonight.
finishing touches
Yes.
on the pumpkin, and then I'd smash it. Because you don't want to smash it mid, like
Now
when.
you want to wait like
Garden.
right before they've already put the candle in there and they're about to light it.
Yeah,
And
I
then
need
they-
there to
like, You're
be-
not getting. Yeah.
I need there to be an emotional connection between them and the pumpkin before I
Right.
smash it. That's just how I roll. Ever since the old.
And
never
if they
mind.
say
Well, you know, I
anything,
mean,
It's
it's like making someone dig their own grave. You know, in an old Western, before the guy's gonna kill him, they're like, dig. And that's the same thing. You make that guy clean out his own pumpkin
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
Chris's own
before
pumpkin.
you end it.
Good point,
But
Caleb.
he doesn't get it lit.
yeah. If I dug my own grave, I would make sure like there was some like a nice little headrest. I think I want that thing to be as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
let me know how that goes for you.
You're
You're
gonna
fucking
be
dead
thinking
and
about the whole.
buried.
I feel like
Good,
I'd
I
be
like
in there
that.
alive. Like if I'm digging my own grave,
Yeah.
I think I'm probably gonna be there. I try to make maybe.
I mean, while you're at it, let's put some armrests in there. I mean,
Yeah,
who wants to
yeah.
spend eternity with their arms like down at their side? You want like a little bit, like
I need some room.
like a lazy boy.
Yeah, that's right.
That's actually what I would do. I would dig a 12-foot deep grave, but the
Yeah.
bottom 6 feet would be in the shape of a lazy boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'd do? I'd hit him with the shovel and run away.
That's scary. I mean,
know. I no one thought of that.
I know. I was thinking studio.
You guys are digging your grave.
Yeah, Dawson's already thinking about having to get away. He doesn't even, in this hypothetical, we haven't even told him who he's going up against. But
That's right. That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
it's okay.
Iron Man.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's all right. All right. So we
I hit him
have
in his flux capacitor.
some
Isn't it a
we
flux capacitor? Read a book, Dawson.
Which one? The books with pictures?
Back to the
Those-
future.
those are the ones. So we made a big announcement last week about our whole archive coming up, and people can listen to old episodes, even old episodes of Resume. And then if you want an ad-free version of the show, because there are going to be ads in this show now, then you can do that if you subscribe to our Patreon. We will upload an ad-free version there. But Gary did something very brave recently.
I don't
Something
know
that
how brave it was, but it was certainly adventurous.
I was thinking about doing it. I have purposely not done it because I don't want to know. But Gary went back and listened to the first episode of WaterCooler.
WaterCooler 001 as it was labeled. Yeah.
Which once again, I will admit that Resume was just an excuse for me to create a podcast feed so I can have this show, right? And eventually I eased WaterCooler in once I established Resume, and now here we are. So
Right.
No, that is true, Dawson, because I'd forgotten about this, but Resume keeps going through like the first 20 or 30 episodes of WaterCooler.
yeah, it does. I kept it going, and then I snuck it in. Like first, I started off with having like you guys on Resume, and then I snuck it in. Like it actually even goes back to I think we did a WaterCooler segment in an episode of Resume.
Nice.
I think
And
that's
then-
true.
And then yeah, because I used to do segments on Resume. Like I remember the very first episode of Dr. Drew, but then I did a segment called like the break room. It's all office
The break room.
themed. Yeah.
Nice. All right, I believe you.
And yeah, well, see, Dawson doubts me, so I have to convince him. And then I did the break room with Brad Williams. So my first episode's actually Dr. Drew and Brad Williams, where I had Brad Williams do a little thing with me in the Dr. Drew episode.
Yes, Brad Williams did a little thing with you. I see what you did
What'd I do?
because he's
Yeah.
short.
Matt, you're bigger than that.
I didn't say it. Chris said it. He said it did a little thing. All right.
You've said it twice now, though. And you're bigger than that.
Yeah, I'm bigger than.
All right. Well, anyway, so Gary went back and listened to the first episode of WaterCooler, which, by the way, is something I've kind of been floating around. Like, I'd love to do a re-listen or something, maybe in the meetup, or we just go back and listen to like the Lake Arrowhead show and do some commentary, do some real meta stuff. But Gary,
Well, why don't we throw to me, because that's a terrible idea.
why? How was it? What happened?
It was okay. Look,
You
it
made it
was,
out okay.
it was weird. I mentioned this before we started, and I didn't get a chance to clarify and say I didn't get all the way through. I listened to about
Oh, brutal.
20 or
Sad.
25 minutes. But no, that's not actually the reason. The reason was not that like it was so bad or I couldn't stand it or I was uncomfortable. The reason was that the day that I had a lack of content that I ended up doing this, I realized that I was driving to the airport to pick up my best friend to spend the weekend with me. And I knew that if he got in the car and I somehow screwed something up and WaterCooler started playing from like 11 years ago, that I was just going to be roasted for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I had to stop as a result of that. But yeah, I don't know. It was a little weird. It's like, it's hard to really remember all the way back to like what all the timelines exactly were, but it's like it definitely did not feel like the first episode of anything. Like it was, and we sort of announced it that way, but it was also like the inside jokes were already cemented. Like me and Matt were busting each other's balls. Kaylin and Chris were having fun. I think Nick Davis was on that one. He didn't talk a ton, but at least in the early portion that I listened to. But at that time, I guess Lynette was trying to make intern Nick his name, and he was very frustrated with that because he was 28 years old and he didn't like that idea. That was funny. But yeah,
What I liked about it was like hearing me talk about my wife as my fiance and hearing you guys talk about your now wives as your girlfriends. Like, enough time has passed. It was interesting.
Yeah. And then Kaylin's girlfriend as his like side B. Is that what he called her? Like, I forget. That's why it's like a time capsule, which is pretty cool. So if I'm brave enough to just be able to listen to myself speak from that version of me speak, I'll definitely go back and check it out. I am curious. So
I think I'll also hop around, every 30 or 40 episodes when I can tolerate it, because it's interesting to see how much we've all kind of grown in different ways. And
thank God Matt's not here. See, he would have made a short joke right there. Like, oh, not Chris though. Like it just he walked away at the perfect time. The speaking of your show coming up on your Bluetooth and your friend gets in the car, that used to happen to me a lot when I would check, because every once in a while I would check after I post WaterCooler, like, did it go on iTunes or Apple or Spotify okay? And I would just click it real quick, or the YouTube thing, and just click it, and just like if it plays like the first 10 seconds, like, okay, we're good, it sounds fine, it'll work. And then I'll forget about it. Then the next morning, Jen and I will get in the car and just the WaterCooler theme song's playing, and it's I'm just like, oh my gosh. But I'm like, I look at it like, we have to listen though for the numbers. So
yeah, I have that used to happen to me too. The weirder one for me now is I'll get in the car with the family to go to Little Gym or to whatever, and the phone's not connected to my car because that's not my car, but WaterCooler will start playing because that's what my son and my wife had been listening to. My son calls it Daddy Radio. And so, and more often than not, Joy just lets that shit play.
Yeah.
She doesn't even address it. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. I guess I'll listen to this.
I love that.
It's interesting.
Yeah. And by the way, your son just saying WaterCooler into the microphone's like my favorite soundbite ever.
The best.
All right. Let's get into some seggies. You guys down?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now it's time for listener comments.
All right. And once again, these are all comments found within our very own Facebook group. If you're listening to the show and you're not a part of this Facebook group, you gots to get in. Let's go. It's very easy to join. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. Answer a few questions. We might let you in, but you got to answer them just to prove you're not a bot. And people find that very hard.
Let's be honest. We're letting you in.
Do bots actually infiltrate Facebook groups? And
Yes.
what is their effort?
So they could sell a
What's
bunch of
their
shoes. I don't know. Like
To
they're
sell shoes. Okay.
yeah, sell some
I'll go with that.
no, it's just they'll put up like weird links and
Okay.
ads like, oh yeah, win a free iPod. By the way, some of these bots are getting good. Like I'm getting emails from and like the graphics. So usually back in the day you could tell like these scans. Like remember when we first got the internet and you just go to a website and there's a banner that's like win a free iPod. And like, oh, click this. I could probably win a free iPod. And then you realize that, those are like the early days. But now
I remember clicking on those as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely clicked on a number of those. Never got an iPod. They owe me a couple of them now that I think about it.
Yeah. You probably
Virus.exe. Okay.
Kaylin, can I go out on a limb and maybe you thought there were hot singles near you?
Maybe I clicked on that one.
Yeah.
I think it was it? Yeah, it was Limewire and Pirate Bay. Those were the ones that I think I really fucked up my computers. Downloading some legit viruses on. I think I fucked up a computer or two on those websites.
Kalen, I'm right there with you, buddy. Especially in the Limewire, which was like post Napster, where you could download music, but then you could get games and stuff too. But some of those program files, it was a risk, and a couple times.
Oh, when you would download
bad risk. It did not
when
pay
you
off.
would download it and then try to open it and it just would not play the song that you download, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Suddenly the mouse, the little triangle would stop moving. You'd be like, uh-oh. Control Alt Delete.
Shut down.
I've had that happen to me a whole bunch of times a long time ago, but it never destroyed a computer. Did yours?
You weren't going hard enough, Dawson.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You go super hard.
I would really get it with Napster and music files. So
we've destroyed some hardware, man.
I never did LimeWire.
Napster was better. LimeWire was where it got real dicey. They were like, you like music? How about computer games and videos and movies?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden you're like, I'll take one of each of those, and then you all open them all at the same time, and your computer's just like, nah.
Yeah, LimeWire was like playing for keeps. Like it, like stuff, real consequences happened. Lost. So the anyway, so the bots, by the way, just prove it to us you're not a bot and join the Facebook group. It's my favorite place on the internet. All right, let's get to some of these comments. Ryan Roberts says, "Happy Thanksgiving to all the Canadian Bobos out there."
Hey, actually, that was yesterday.
Yeah. What is Canadian Thanksgiving?
It's
the same as American Thanksgiving.
It's in October.
But is their lore the same? Like,
no, they just
do they eat the same food?
Kind of their default.
Yeah, it just gets too cold. I don't know, dude.
I don't know if they
eat
eat
too cold in November for them.
It's a good question. We should ask Ryan Roberts.
Yeah.
What
Ryan
food
Roberts.
do you eat?
But that explains why I was seeing tweets about cranberry sauce today that I was tagged in. I'm like, why the fuck are you talking about cranberry sauce? Because it's Canadian Thanksgiving.
So it is the same food. It's turkey and cranberry sauce and Kaylin's stovetop stuffing.
As I understand it, yeah, but they probably have poutine as well.
Of course, they have poutine. They gotta
Yeah.
sneak in poutine in there.
Yeah.
Poutine
We
needs
got
to
to
be
start
more
adding.
Poutine's fucking awesome,
Yeah, we got to
dude.
get poutine on our Thanksgiving.
Pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's
welcome
I-
edition.
I've never even
It'd
had
make a
poutine.
pretty good like
Oh,
football
So
snack.
good.
Kaylin, I'll get you some poutine. There's some
Great.
places.
Yeah.
It's you know what it is?
It's like gravy and French fries, right?
And cheese curds.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that sounds pretty fucking good.
It is. It's seriously like everything you shouldn't eat in a bite. Everybody, it's just
Wonderful.
so rich.
Wonderful.
It's amazing. It's crazy how Canadians aren't just dying of heart attacks every more than any other country because that is their national dish and it is hearty but wonderful. Yeah, and then Canadian. Yeah, so poutine with turkey, that's pretty cool. You need extra gravy. They probably do a lot of gravy in Canadian Thanksgiving.
I think so.
Yeah.
And
Nate-
definitely get that stovetop. You
Yeah.
can never go wrong.
Yeah, that's Kaylin. It's a staple.
It's a year-round food for
I
Christmas.
look forward every year to because I
I had
spent
it last
Thanksgiving
night.
with Kaylin.
And the
You
night
did?
before. I did. Last night I cooked lamb chops and I took the leftover stuffing and put it back in the air fryer so it got really fucking crispy while I cooked the lamb chops. But the night before that, I did chicken and you make the stovetop on the stuffing on the stove and then throw it in a air fryer safe pan and throw it underneath and just recook it. It gets crispy and a lot better. And
I
I
like
could
it.
use
You
some
finish
Stovetop
chicken
should
goes
be a
into
year-round
it.
food. I like that you're eating that when it's not Thanksgiving.
But then Kaylin, is it as meaningful if you're not waiting?
Worth it.
Okay.
Kaylin, you say it's a year-round food, but like, how often are you eating it? Like, are you eating it once a quarter?
Not even.
Probably not even, but I would.
Well, it's available at the store. Just
Yeah.
I know, but I generally
Right.
don't make my own
Right
dinners.
now, though,
And when
listen,
I do,
dude.
when I should be making my own dinners, I just go out and get it from In-N-Out instead. So
Right. Right. Well, dude, stuffing, you should check the price on it. When it's once a year, it becomes like 79 cents a box of stovetop or maybe 99 cents. That's when you just fucking buy them out and shelf it
yeah.
because they're like $3. I've seen them for like fucking over $4 for one of those fucking for that
Yeah.
$4.
Too
So
much.
I think they've outpriced the market.
Yeah. Well, every year I look forward to Kaylin enjoying his stovetop stuffing. Like this huge Thanksgiving table. I'm looking around. I'm eating stuffing with raisins in it. Kaylin has
Apples.
Ew.
Kaylin has commandeered all the stuffing for himself. He won't share with me. Every year I come, he won't even give me a bite. He won't even give me a bite.
Isn't he usually flexing on you about how he's got so much more to be thankful for than you do?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got
he has a
you
real.
just
I have a really
slam
good.
on
I have
him
a really
last
good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just eats all the stuffing, and then he has so much left over. I'm like, Kaylin, you're full. Can you have some?
I don't think so.
Won't let
No,
me.
no.
Puts it in Tupperware.
do it.
Puts it in the fridge. Wraps a chain around it.
Now that I got
Lock-
the air fryer trick, you're getting even less this year. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got a
Less
lot
than
of
nothing?
Yeah. It's torture. Nathan Crea.
I actually still have a little bit left, and I'm gonna have it tonight with the last piece of lamb. Yeah.
It lasts that long. It's impressive.
3 days in
No,
the
3 days
fridge
ain't bad,
in a
yeah.
Tupper. Yeah.
Matt, what's the maximum you'll let leftovers be in the fridge before you toss them out?
Well, that
2
depends on the
days.
food,
2
right?
days?
Yeah, like 2 days. Yeah. I mean,
I'll eat
sometimes it'll
4-day
sit
old
in the
pizza.
It's getting real borderline for me, buddy. No, thank you.
You go
buddy.
4 days on
Pizza?
pizza? Really?
I could do 4 days on pizza. Yeah.
Okay.
I might be willing to do 3 days on pizza. If I got it on Friday, maybe I'd have it on Monday. But even
That's
then, like,
Monday
if I
lunch.
haven't finished it by the weekend, like that's no thank you.
If you got pizza on Friday, you will not have it for Monday dinner.
Yeah, I
Wow.
don't think so. I don't think
That's
so.
fine.
I'll keep
That's
a burrito
fine.
for a week, man. If you refrigerate food, it keeps for,
Again,
what
I
if you
feel like
bite
it
it up
depends
in
on
a
the
burrito?
food
Day
here.
or
All right,
two.
I'm
I'll
not
go a
keeping my
week on
egg
a
salad
burrito.
for
I
4
won't
days.
go a week on pizza, but I will go a week on a burrito.
The
feel
tortilla
like a
you think
burrito
is
would
like
be-
keeping the
What? What
You
burritos last?
kill it in the microwave. You kill
Yeah.
everything in the microwave when you
we
reheat
put pizza in a
that thing.
microwave, I
That's
suppose.
science.
That's terrible though.
Right, but the pizza is just so fucking old after those days. I'm not thinking about getting
You throw it
sick.
in the oven.
I'm thinking about the
crisps it right
quality of
back
the
up.
food.
Throw it in the
A
trash.
burrito will still stand up after 7 days.
You're not eating 7-day-old burritos. I just
What are in these burritos? There's not chicken in there.
Twinkies.
There could be chicken in there. Yeah,
You're
dude.
eating week-old chicken? Week-old cooked chicken? I won't do that. That's gnarly.
Now we've crossed the line for
I'm
Caitlin.
not saying
You found
that
Caitlin's
I
limit.
do this all the time.
But you would.
I'm saying that I would, for if I bought a couple of burritos and I put one of them in the fucking fridge, I would eat it next Saturday if it was Saturday, and I'd be absolutely fine with that. This is not a regular occurrence.
So
I'd
you
be
do this
concerned with
every
your
day. I
burrito
can't
buying
believe
habits.
Yeah. What you don't need
Well,
to make that in
There are other
advance.
concerns. There are other concerns you should
Sure.
have.
All righty. Nathan Crea writes Turtle Fart. Ah, the good old days. Remember Turtle Fart?
One's listening back.
That's
I
great.
like that, Nathan.
Keep it up.
Enjoy the archive, but
I actually would be curious to hear from other people in the Facebook group, like what they think are the sort of like the landmark moments of water cooler history.
Oh, hey, we can make a fun game out of this. Like, let people say some of the inside jokes from across the years and see if we can figure them out. Because Turtle
That's
Fart,
pretty good.
obviously, I know, but like, I'm sure we've had-
Dawson, turtle fart. There's no way.
I think you guys said that. And if you were still listening, people were supposed to say turtle fart.
There you go. All right. Well
Good.
done. Well done.
that's right. See?
I take no pride in that. I take no
Yeah.
pride in knowing that.
Wow, I take plenty of pride.
Dawson, I could just see you eating a week-old burrito, thinking about turtle farts and just being like, this could be the lowest moment of my life.
Now,
proud
if
of
you
any
put a
of this.
comma in there,
These
if you
idiots.
put a comma in there in the right place, you have
Yeah.
just insulted my burrito.
Uh,
You're
A week. Yeah.
old
You got to
burrito.
change the spelling of week too. Shannon
Yeah.
McGuire Chapman says, "Hey Chris, there's a Romano's Macaroni Grill in the middle of Chicago O'Hare Airport." Oh, so now
Wow.
it's a destination. Yeah,
Wow.
they're still around. They just the one I worked at isn't there anymore, but they're still around. Justin Hooch or Hotch, sorry. Oh man, that was quite the slip. Freudian. Did I say that right? Huh?
Yes,
Why do you want
just
to
got
get
booze
drunk?
on your mind today, huh?
Yeah. Are you
Dude,
really?
I
Are you an
do.
alcoholic, Chris?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. Something you want
You
to
need
tell
a
us?
drink, dude.
Yeah.
Caitlin's referring to.
You're looking for some moonshine?
So I was running a little behind for today's podcast, so I went in the group chat. Hey, running 5 to 7 minutes behind, but minutes auto corrected to mimosas, so it's sitting
That's right.
5 to 7 mimosas
right.
behind.
By the way, right on the heels of the big autofill upgrade that they promised in iOS 17. So I wonder how much you've been texting about mimosas this week.
I barely have mimosas, but I mean, Matt would know. I feel like Matt would agree. Matt is a fan of the Bottomless Mimo.
oh, hell yeah.
By the way, I heard like they're
Some
trying to
Bo Mimo? Come on. Nothing better.
they're gonna put like a
Oboe
limit
Mimo.
to it, like if you vomit or something.
Yeah.
I don't. There's like some news story I saw earlier today about it. But yeah, the bottomless mimosa. I could see Caitlin not enjoying it. I could see Dawson asking for just a splash of OJ. That's kind
Oh,
of
dude, I'm down with the bottomless mimosas.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my
Mimo.
mom spent like 5 hours at the smokehouse Sunday buffet one time.
that's
And
exactly
it's
right.
just-
So when
yeah,
you
it's like
eat-
$37 or $45 or something.
if you see the bottomless mimosa, everybody becomes the fondeliers. They just camp out at their table. They're gonna be there for a while. You order the bottomless mimosa, you're telling your server, "Hey, we're posting
Eating
up."
fucking crab legs,
A lot of
drinking
places in
champagne
Orange
and
County-
orange juice.
A lot
Yeah.
of places in Orange County put the time limit on it.
Oh,
It's
That's-
the Nobo Mimo for 3 hours and 45 minutes or some shit. And then
Yeah, we were there for about 2.5 hours, and the waiter comes over and asks us if we want another mimosa. And I look at my mom and I'm like, yeah, we'll probably get out of here. And my mom's like, you guys want to give away this table too? I mean, we've been here 2.5 hours. And the waiter goes, no, I want you guys to stay I'm bringing you 2 more mimosas. So we stayed there for 5 fucking hours, eating
Damn.
crab and drinking mimosas and laughing. And that waiter is my waiter today.
Yeah. See,
And
Just
for the
Friday
record,
night.
you were right about me. I'm not a huge fan of the bottomless mimosas.
Yeah.
you like
It's
the
too
you like
sweet.
when they have the bottom.
No, I just don't like getting really drunk during the middle of the day. It really fucks
Oh.
up my day. And
It
Oh
really
yeah,
does.
no,
will-
yeah.
Oh,
I
poor
won't-
baby.
You can
when I
have no
drink at
plans
nighttime.
aside from being drunk if you're drinking during the day.
No, I got kids now. That's
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
not an option.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, you just want to take a nap or something.
And when the thing is, it'll just sneak up on me. Like the champagne, I would just like be like, oh, I'm feeling like kind of a
Champagne's
little
like
buzz, I guess. And then the
13%
next second,
alcohol.
I'm hammered and I have I need to
Right.
take a nap and I wake
Yeah,
up with a headache.
there's never just like a middle buzz. Yeah, you're right. It's like it's either light or like
You're gone.
I'm going
Right.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
At 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, man. The mimosas and like the brunch culture though is always interesting to me. It doesn't feel very manly, but I sure like it. But it does feel like it's the same people who have a bunch of. I always laugh with Jen, like whenever I go through like a Home Goods or like any place that has decorations for your house, and there's like a lot of wine stuff. Like, oh my God, it's wine o'clock, and it's like written on a piece of wood that you put up on next to your clock or something, or just like all these wine puns. I hate it. It's like it feels like they're in like Mediterranean style houses. That kind of decor. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I do.
I think I have something kind of like that in my kitchen.
No, it's fine if you do, and I'm sure a lot of listeners do too. But I personally, it's not really my thing. And every time I see it, Jen always laughs and holds it up like, "Hey, should we get this?" Everywhere we go. Well, wine, welcome, Matt.
Whatever is in Dawson's kitchen, I don't think it's wine themed. I'm gonna guess it's something else like a hard liquor.
It's
I can't.
tangentially it's tangentially related. I just got to figure out how to change the camera view. There we
Turn it
go.
around.
He's a middle finger tapper there. Oh, it's grapes and it says kitchen
Oh
in
yeah, no, that doesn't count.
Italian. I'm guessing.
That actually looks
Yes.
nice. That's kind of I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's Italian. It's grapes. Yeah, if it was like, I love my
You're
wine.
looking for more.
I
like
love
the-
my wine. Just put it up in someone's
Okay, yeah.
kitchen.
No. No.
I'd ask questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All the empty 12 packs in my garage say I love beer. I don't need a sign.
Yeah, but the thousands of corks
You
on
know?
it say something else, Dawson.
Like you walk in here and you go, that guy
That's
likes
true.
Coors Light.
That's true.
And you can
anyway.
you can glimpse that without a sign. And I
That's
think
true.
that's what the moral of the story is, Chris.
Yeah, and I like that sign. Was that in your old kitchen too, or was that a new kitchen?
No, that was a gift from my mom. When my parents came to see me, that was a gift
Beautiful.
from my mom.
Very, very lovely.
And she was right. It fits fucking perfectly.
Yeah. All right. I'm so glad I didn't insult it. All right. So anyway, those were the comments, everybody. Thank you for writing in. Now we got a few seggies here. I'll start off with some of Kaylin's seggies. So let's go.
We all want to know one thing.
One thing.
Your opinion's what we need.
We need.
Kaylin, get on that mic.
That mic.
Flex the bean.
Okay, Kaylin. Flick the bean.
Respect all women.
Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Influencer.
Okay.
Have any of you, aside from Matt, heard of this movie?
Heard
I
of
don't
it. Is it on Netflix?
No, it is available to stream on Shudder or AMC Plus, or
Oh,
you can
not
rent
interested then. On
AMC
It's available on the very popular.
Well, if it's on
service.
AMC, that means it's on Max, right?
Nothing is
No.
No, it's not.
It's
Only
not on
AMC
Max.
Plus.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
and it's
so
not on AMC.
uninterested.
It's on AMC Plus, I think. Like you need
It
to
is.
pay.
I
Extra for that.
like when things
hate
on
that.
Shudder because it knows that it's like a list of things I don't want to see. Like it and plus I just find it weird to like as an influencer. It's like, do I really want to watch a movie called Influencer? Like no.
Yeah, might hit a little too close to home for you, Chris.
Yeah.
This is the 1 month out of the year where I re-download the Shudder app, and then next month I'm gonna stop it until next October.
Free
That's
trial.
fine.
Just create a new
That's great
account.
advice, by the way, for anyone who wants to
Yeah,
follow
what's
along
the
with
email you
Kaylin this
created?
month.
What is the new email you created?
It's my current one because I hadn't signed up for it on my current
Oh,
email
okay.
yet. But to be fair, they have wised up and they only give you the 7-day free trial. They don't give you the full month anymore. So I
Also,
will
you
actually
create 3 fake email addresses. Worth it.
No, I'll be paying for the month and then I'll cancel it. Yeah, there's no theater release for the movie. They showed it at a few festivals and then Shudder picked it up, released it in May on the platform, written and directed by Curtis David Harder, who had 3 other directing credits, none I recognized, but he was a producer on another horror movie I watched over the weekend. It's, I think, the latest iteration in the VHS horror movie
Yeah.
movies,
seen
you
some of
know, it's
those.
yeah, there's a couple of them now. You know, if you're unfamiliar, it's a horror movie, but within that, there's like 3 or 4 short story kind of horror movies or whatever. Some of them are good, some of them are anthology movies. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. You kind of never know what you're gonna get. Maybe I'll review that next week. It stars Cassandra Nod, Rory Saper. I didn't recognize either of their credits, and Emily Tennant, who I didn't recognize, but she has quite a lot of, jobs based on her IMDb filmography. The movie is an hour and a half. It has a 92% with the critics and a 73% with the audience. And it is about a social media influencer who takes a solo trip to Thailand and makes friends with a questionable character. Obviously, I've just been looking for horror movies to watch. The scarier, the better. Matt is a great help in this area. He recommended 3 to me on Friday, and I just went with the one that had the best reviews, Influencer. You can get a good feel of what this movie is pretty quickly. I was interested from the start, and I will say my interest held up all the way through. Especially with horror movies that aren't up to par. I say that when, I have my phone next to me, the more that my mind starts to wander over, to check the phone, clearly the less I'm enjoying the film. And I did not check my phone one time during this movie. It's a very solid movie. Quite enjoyable, well made, interesting, well acted. It's eerie and suspenseful. And I would think most importantly, a satisfying ending, which, I mean, that'll just fucking ruin a movie for me. If I did have to criticize it, it would be the thing that always screws me, and that's my own expectations. This has a good Rotten Tomato score, and it's a Shudder original, like we said, the horror platform, and I was expecting a scary movie. And it could be considered scary to some, I suppose, but I wouldn't even call this a horror movie. This is more of a suspense thriller, in my opinion. And
I like that.
And I'm not even saying it would have been better with more scares and violence. That's just what I expected. So I disappointed myself. If they had put more scares and violence, it probably would have felt like out of place with this movie. So my own fault for being disappointed. It is a very solid suspense thriller that, funny enough, even Chris, I think he would be able to watch this movie. Just don't go into it thinking it's a scary, violent horror movie. It's not. But there is still some violence, so don't worry. I quite enjoyed it, and I split the critic and audiences. I went flickable 8.1 out of 10.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a pretty good review. Solid. All right. I probably will check it out then.
Yeah,
Might check it out. You mean read the Wikipedia page?
No, I might watch. If it's like a thriller, I'll watch.
Yeah, you're gonna create an email and then download a free Shudder account for a week.
No, I'm just gonna use
watch the
Caleb's
movie.
email. I know Caleb's email.
There
Just
you
give me
go.
his password now. By the way, Netflix is really starting to crack down. I've been letting my family use Netflix, and they got word that they can't use it
Really,
anymore. So it's
Chris, I think
Oh, really?
you could benefit from watching Influencer because it's a morality tale about the perils of being an influencer. Which
I already
again,
know the perils, though.
yeah, you know the perils, but
just don't go to Thailand.
Yeah.
I would love to. I love myself some pad thai. All right, let's do another segment. Here we go.
Let's play quarters.
I believe it or not, I've only gotten 2 state quarters since my last quarter.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, we choose to
do.
not believe it.
It is crazy. The first state, you guys are gonna like this. The UFO Welcome Center is located here. I did not know that. It
New
hosts.
Mexico, yeah, right?
It hosts an annual poultry festival, and
Oh.
the state snack is a boiled peanut.
Oh, it's a southern state then. It's like Alabama?
Nope.
Ah,
It is South Carolina.
Really?
A lot of South Carolinas. One of, well, yeah, in terms of all the different states, South Carolina's up there in the number that I have at this point.
I love a boiled peanut.
I don't think I've ever had a boiled peanut before.
Oh, I'm going to put some on poutine for you. And just boil it fine.
This next state has the oldest U.S. university. The chocolate chip cookie is a state symbol, and it has the very first lighthouse in the country.
So the chocolate chip cookie, what is it?
Gary's right. It's Massachusetts.
The chocolate chip cookie isn't even its state food. It's like, it's so much bigger than that. It is the symbol of our state.
Yeah, and again, this is according to one of my new favorite websites, deskguides.com. However accurate or inaccurate it may be, I don't know, but I just go with it because
I went there and I
get all
clicked the
my
banner
info.
above it and my computer got a virus. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. No, deskguides.com.
Desk.
Oh, desk.
Like destination.
Okay, that makes sense.
Desk guides, yeah.
Then I deserve that virus.
Yeah.
All right, and one more segment. Here we go.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey, Matt.
It's on the menu.
Well, I got something real unique for you guys. For the first time, I think ever, excuse me, this is the second of a two-part Chez Fondue. That's right. Usually I debut the first part on our free show and then save the second part for the Patreon show. But as it turned out, I already started this. What's up?
Okay. Oh, I thought you were saying you're starting with part 2 first one. Can you just call that part 1?
No. We did part 1.
Okay.
On the last Patreon show, which is to say the state fair is happening in Texas.
Oh, jeez.
I can't go to it. It's in fucking Dallas. It's way too far away.
Right.
And the three of us, the three wise men, we broke down the some of the top
Sweet.
desserts.
Yeah, by the way, with some really smooth Zoom sharing from my
Yeah.
back. You fucking
Pretty proud. But don't worry, we're a little bit more prepared now. We are ready to
You know, Gary,
present.
I think it's kind of funny that back when you listen to episode 1, you said it was labeled 001. That sort of implied that, like, oh, we're going triple digits with this
We
thing.
go in triple digits, baby. I did the same thing on the lawyer show, the presumption. I labeled it 001. I'm like, we're going to 100, baby. 999.
Minimum.
Let's go.
Minimum a hundo.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but anyway, yeah. So go ahead.
All right, so
you'd
yes,
be good at this by now. But yeah,
as Gary
our sharing's
alluded,
terrible.
there were some issues, but hopefully this is going to work. You guys seeing that right there? You seeing that
Yeah.
deliciousness right there?
That looks
That is
pretty
the
good.
first dish that is being featured here on this list on the State Fair website. By the way, this is not my list. It's the Big Tex Choice Awards, and what we're looking at right here are the deep fried cheesy crab tater bites.
Oh,
And
Mixed
just to
crab meat.
confirm, Matt, you have
Yeah,
not had
yeah.
these, right? You haven't had
I've
any.
not
that
eaten any of
looks
these
good, dude.
foods. I have no idea what they taste like, but I'd like to know, from you guys, what if we're gonna
Okay,
rank them?
good.
We're gonna rank the four.
Yeah, we're gonna
there's
rank-
4
we're gonna rank-
finalists.
This is Matt's new segment, Chez Fondue one day.
Perfect. That is perfect. All right. Deep fried cheesy crab tater bites, for those wondering. Minced crab meat, shredded potato, cheese, and spices. And those are what are formed into the tater bites. And then it's topped with a cheesy Cajun crawfish sauce.
Yeah, those look incredible.
Man, that sounds
That looks
fucking
like
amazing.
it would be one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah,
Right.
it has everything I love.
Another one of the finalists here
Nope.
is the
No.
Oxcellent Soul Roll.
Oh, okay, yes,
All right, so they're savory beef oxtails. Do you guys
Yeah.
know what oxtails are?
love oxtail.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
there's a place by my
They're the
house that does
tails.
this
They're the tails.
magnificent oxtail
Wondering.
soup. I get it after golf. Like whenever I golf, I would go there and
So
get
after a nice hot day, chugging
Dude,
beers, sweating on the
that's
links, you
so
go for some
weird
soup
that
to
I
end it
love-
all.
I love soup any weather. The hottest day, I'll still eat a
Ugh.
bowl of soup. I don't care.
Well, listen, the key to
That
the
looks pretty awesome, dude.
oxtail is it needs to be slowly simmered, whether it's going to be in a soup or in a soul roll, which is what they're calling this dish. It's the oxtail, it's chunks of potato, Gouda, mozzarella, butter, celery, bell peppers, and sweet onions, deep fried in a crispy spring roll, and then it's served with hush puppies and a garlic chili sauce.
The crab
That's
ones are
gonna be
better.
rich.
This looks good. Yeah, it's like a stew egg roll, and like a
Yes.
stew egg roll. It looks good. I love oxtail, so I like
Gary, I feel like all
hush
this
puppies.
a little too rich for your blood. I don't know. What do you say?
Oh, those crab tots from earlier, I would definitely get down with, and I would give the oxtail a shot, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to feel about that. It
Right.
looks like a lot, but I'm interested. I feel like most crab food, I get it, even if it looks really fantastic. I eat like a few bites of it, and I'm like, okay, that's plenty.
Good call. All right, next up here. I know this just looks like
Bless you.
somebody
Fish and
sneezed on the
chips.
camera lens.
you.
It does look like
This looks basic AF compared to all their stuff. And,
Yeah.
But I
That
mean,
better be something
don't know what-
crazy that's fried.
you don't
right
know what
there.
it is. Yeah,
well, it's definitely fried. There's no question about that. But what is being fried in this picture
gonna say it's
besides the French
turkey.
fries?
I could literally be anything.
Well,
Oh wait, let's look at the sauces. We
Wait,
got
the
cranberry.
sauces,
The
yeah,
cranberry. Yeah, turkey's a good guess.
let's
What's
give
that-
Dawson a fucking round of applause because it is in fact deep fried turkey. However, what part of the turkey? Let me tell you. Turkey ribs.
Ooh,
Deep fried turkey.
Oh, okay. I'm back on
ribs.
board.
I'm down.
Those fries, even though it doesn't look like
Eh.
in the picture,
You don't need 'em.
according to
Here,
the
go for
description,
it.
they're stuffing seasoned fries. There's homemade
Now I'm back
giblet
in.
gravy.
What is stuffing seasoned fries? What does that mean? Like what?
Here's the thing, though, Kaylin. They didn't go far enough. You need to make fries of stuffing.
Yeah,
They
that
should be stuffed
they
with
were
stuffing.
strips of stuffing.
Stuffing
Yeah.
fries.
Just
Stuffing
like
fries.
just make stuffing shaped fries and deep fry them.
Yeah,
this
Sell
this
those out of Queso Frisco food
I'm
truck.
now we're living.
I think they're going to be
Yeah.
a bestseller.
This
Or make
also
it poutine.
says, according to the website, you can also order it Texas style with barbecue sauce fries, jalapenos, and pickles. So something to keep in mind here.
I'm sure it's good. Yeah.
it's
Felt like
probably
a little
fine. I mean,
much.
I feel like Landon's given us the deep fried turkey
But that's like
enough
breaded.
times. It's
I've never had
amazing.
breaded turkey, so I'm
I've had it.
curious.
All right, we got one more here. I know it looks a little bit like the oxtail roll, but this is different. This is deep fried pho.
Mhm.
Noodles, beef, fresh herbs, bean sprouts, and a pho broth.
That's right,
And
dude.
again,
That's
it's deep fried, but it looks almost like a chimichanga. It
that's
seems
yeah,
pretty
that's
large.
exactly what that is, dude. That's a Thai chimichanga.
And it's also served with extra pho broth for dipping. There's lime, jalapenos, cilantro, hoisin sauce, and sriracha.
That's pretty good stuff, dude. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'd try that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just going to say here on the website, again, for the state fair, this last dish is the one that was voted the best of the savory foods.
Really?
So that's much to my shock. I would have thought those deep fried cheesy crab bites, that would be my number one.
See, I
but-
wonder if it's just because is there I guess there is a bunch of Asian places in Texas because Matt did like 10 Chez Fondelays from that one company. So
Tatsuya!
so that's so impressive. But I get it because there's a place by my house that does a banh mi. You know the banh mi, Matt? It's like the French bread with the meat, the Vietnamese sandwich. But it's a Vietnamese French dip. So it's a banh mi with like pho ingredients and you dip it in pho broth instead of the
Ooh,
it's
I
wonderful.
would eat the shit out of that.
I've eaten a lot of banh mi's, but I've never had it with the pho as like a dipping side.
I know
Is
that's
that
the
a
only place
thing?
that I've seen.
Oh,
No,
that's the only
it's-
place that does it. I
It's
was
like,
like,
it's
oh,
like
that
their
sounds
thing.
awesome.
Kalen, it's
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Well, I got to say, Chris, that is yet another dish that sounds amazing that I'm not going to be able to enjoy anytime soon. And that's what's on the
Maybe.
menu.
Yeah.
Maybe Shay one day.
Yeah, Chez Fondle one day. Yes, very, very good, man. My mouth's watering. That fair looks incredible.
Yeah, dude.
Sure
Too bad it's
does.
in Dallas,
Wish I could.
man.
Too bad I can't go.
they're doing
Yeah,
it
I
right.
would
I mean,
totally live vicariously through all of those meals with you.
I will
Yeah.
remind people,
Wow.
like, whenever I would go to the OC fair, everyone would always try the new foods. The foods haven't really been evolving as much or aren't as refined as what Matt just showed us. But
I went to the OC fair one time and not only did they not have anything that looked as good as that, but I just had total option paralysis. Like there was too much food and I didn't know where to go. So I ended up just going to the Pink's hot dog stand, which was fucking delicious. But I was like, I can't decide. I just got to
You know
go
what I
with
do,
tried and
Caitlin?
true here.
I go with a big group of people,
Oh,
typically.
you just, and then just share.
Well, no, I don't share. People never finish their fair food because it's always absurdly large.
You just-
He doesn't share. He spawns.
Yeah, I'm a straight up
This-
vulture.
You
And I
You
get-
gonna throw that out? You gonna throw that out? Oh,
That's
let
right.
me
That's
throw that out
exactly
for
right.
you.
And I get a taste of everything. Sure, it's the bottom of
Bang,
everyone's
leftovers.
burrito.
including their
That's-
spit.
I'm just
Yeah.
picturing like after somebody's eaten the entire corn dog and all that's left is that little bit of like burnt shit that's
You mean the
stuck to
best
the
part?
stick, and then fucking Chris,
AKA the best part.
fork and knife, goddamn eating that shit.
Oh yeah, you gonna throw that out? I say that all the time.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm with Chris on this one. The extra fried batter. What are you leaving that for the trash? Get
That's
outta
bonus batter, baby. Yeah, come on. Thank you, Gary. Yeah, it's insulting if people leave that on. All right. Well, anyway, that was a great Chez Fond du Lac, Matt. I loved it. And yeah, nice part
Thank you.
two.
I'm hungry,
Start
dude.
the week. Let's start off the week. All right. Yeah, I'm hungry too. So why don't we get our plugs in and GTFO and eat something? So I will start with Kaylin. Kaylin, what do you suggest everybody check out?
Well, definitely our Facebook page, which we mentioned. I don't have anything right now, but I will tease that there is a new podcast that I am working on. Not hosting, but producing, and I will be plugging that in the future. So we'll tease. I got a podcast suggestion for you guys coming up soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next, and I'll say our Patreon and exactly what Kaylin said about a new podcast that I'm working on that I'll be able to give more info on in the near future.
All right, Matt, you got a new podcast here. You guys all just start a new podcast? What the hell?
No, I don't. But I do have a show that I've mentioned a couple times. It's called The Presumption. You can check that out. We posted the episode that was taped live from CrimeCon. And you guys may recall I tweeted something that pissed a lot of people off, which is, I guess, tangentially related to that episode. So you can check it out at The Presumption.
Yeah.
And yeah, our Patreon. Check it out,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, so everybody go and hear what a crowd bigger than Nancy Grace sounds like. All right, Dawson, start with you.
I do have a new podcast I'm working on. It's called Heroes Behind Headlines with Ralph Pizzullo, engineering and producing it. It's fun. It's good. You should check it out. But more importantly, I just booked 2 shows in Santa Barbara, 15-minute stand-up sets, October 27th. That's a Friday night. And then midweek
wear a
on
costume.
November 2nd. So more to come. Follow me at Los Angeles everywhere
Boom.
and
Love it.
on Instagram. If
Get
you,
out there,
got
people.
it.
Santa Barbara, show up. And then as for me, I'm playing a show, acoustic show at Wilmore Wine Bar in Long Beach, October 21st. It's a Saturday night. Come hang out. I should be playing all night long. And as for other podcasts, I'm not working on another podcast, guys. I want to focus on this one, the WaterCooler, and please subscribe to our Patreon and support this show. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you, and we will see you later this week for a Patreon episode. Goodbye. We love you. Woo! Woo!